Hey, what's going on, guys? MinDQ7B here. Welcome back to NASCAR Thunder 2000. This is the end of Season 1 here today for the Napa 500, Episode 34 today. Of course, we're not anywhere near the title fight, or at all, with anyone in the point standings, but we're kind of got 39th base basically locked up, ready to go. Just got to get ready for next season. Next season is... I can feel it a lot better than this one, for sure. But, of course, it's not the main issue right now. We're not even relevant. Right now, we have Tony Stewart and Bobby Labonte going out there for the title, of course. Labonte's had a rough stretch in a couple races. Essentially, Tony has got this locked up. All he has to do is basically finish. That's what all Tony has to do. So if he DNFs and Labonte wins, Labonte can win the championship. But it's kind of unlikely, though, for that to even occur. As far as the garage is concerned, we're actually going to use the same cars we did last episode. I know it was kind of a bit of a failure anyway with the tire tests that we had because we were promised something different. We were promised 64 grip, not 62. But beggars can't be choosers with that. That's okay. We're going to get ourselves much better people and much better stuff going into next season for Napa 500 at Atlanta. Wow. Can I talk correctly? For the next season of the career mode, for sure. We're going to go into Season 2, hopefully, which we'll come out swinging. I know we got the Daytona 500. We were really strong with the restricted plate program, especially since we won Talladega earlier this season for the second Talladega race. But, yeah, I can't wait for next season to start already. I'm really excited to see. That's for sure. We're really not going to edit any parts right now. We're actually just going to leave everything alone. We're going to use the same car we did for Homestead. And, of course, we'll see you guys at the track. Alright, I actually did a little bit of overtime work for practice anyway. It honestly feels great. It's definitely not going to be like a qualifying setup, I don't think, in terms of like lap times. I was only running a 30.3 in practice, like as the best laps. But the lap time was pretty much consistent until like lap 22 of the run. It felt great. Like I was running consistent 30.3, 30.4s. Every now and then it would slap like this. The back end would kick out like that a little bit. But it feels great. I'm not going to lie. It does get some looseness every now and then or whatnot. Oh, 35th? Oh, wow. All right. That means we got to do a little bit faster than this then. But we're definitely feeling a little bit faster in qualifying because I would be going back to like maybe 170, 169 through the corners anyway. Backing off just a tad for race pace. But for quality, though, we appear to be really a lot faster in the corners. Well, there we go. Back to 170, 171 through the corners. I actually made the downforce more like towards the middle. It's paying dividends, I feel like, right now, because we got some straight line speed. 30.2 is our qualifying time. That is the fastest I've ran. We qualified 32nd, but that's okay. That is our new fastest lap. So we're starting towards the back. That's going to be really interesting. Let's see who's going to be your champion of 2000. Will it be Tony Stewart? Will it be Bobby Labonte? My money's on Tony Stewart, so let's see how it goes.
We're live from the Atlanta Motor Speedway in Hampton, Georgia for today's Napa 500 on MRN. This place has it all. They even have a 9-story office and condominium complex right here at the track. And there's always great racing to go along with the amenities. Isn't that right, Barney?
NASCAR doesn't use restrictor plates for this track, which is actually why it's one of the fastest speedways in the Winston Cup Series. We may see some speeds hit 200 miles an hour just before they dive off into these corners.
Bobby Labonte has put together a great season so far.
Gaining on the leader is tough when you are in the top 5 in points. It takes you having a good race and the leader having a bad one in order to gain anything substantial.
The Delphi car is having some trouble in the points this year.
And, of course, nobody wants to be on the bottom of that points list. He'll have to work extra hard to pick up spots. Not an easy task to dig yourself out of a hole in this series.
Start your engines.
What a way to end the season, essentially, with Kyle Petty getting yet another pole. Why not, I suppose. Bobby Labonte's starting third, so I expect him to take an early lead. But Stewart's in the middle of the pack, so he's going to have a little bit of traffic to get himself back up there in the points anyway. But anyway, it's us against the world. 81 laps. Away we go. We're going to try to see if we can get a little bit of a better finishing position that we have here. We got some really fast people behind us. We got Dale Jarrett and Scary Terry on the inside with Dale Earnhardt Jr. There's Derek Cope in this race in the 15 car. I think he ran a couple races this season as well. Johnny Benson, our previous race winner in at Atlanta anyway, where he won the race in pretty he didn't luck his way in or DNF. He actually legit won this race. He is a Winston Cup winner because of that. Oh boy, we got some checkups right here. We're going to try to thread the needle. We can. Our momentum gets cut off by the inside line checkup. And of course, with Dale Jarrett being in the way a little bit. Now is where we're going to try to not push the tires too hard, because it is it is a little bit tighter anyway. But because I'm not really accounting for the draft, I feel like I could actually make the attack on some people, but at the same time I can't. As we fall back down to yet another spot to Dale Jarrett. And here comes. Well, in real life, Jerry Nadeau won this very race, Napa 500, in real life here. I don't think he'll be winning this one today, but we're getting blocked by everyone on here. I feel like we can actually make some passes here as Rick Mast gets a little bit loose there, going into turn one. But of course, Dale Jarrett's going to have a much faster car than us. I feel like we can actually press the attack in some parts of this race. Anyway, we got some straight line speed for the first time in a while. We're actually gaining 193 miles an hour down towards turn number 3. We're actually going to try to give some space towards like Ricky Mast, but we're going to get past on the inside line here. Oh, Scott Pruitt, that's the worst spot for you to be in, mate. Get out of my way. As we upset Jerry Nadeau a little bit. I didn't think that little bit of rub there didn't mess him up that badly. But we're getting held up by Rick Mast and Scott Pruitt. Yeah, for once, we're actually getting held up. We're not blocking people for defense. We're actually making moves. We're going to go 3 wide with Scott Pruitt and Rick Mast, because that straight line speed that we have is honestly pretty good. I'm very glad I'm actually running a mid downforce rather than the high downforce one this time, especially for a track as fast as Atlanta. I really think I found something for this race, guys. I don't know if we're going to get ourselves a top 30, but we're actually running quite well right now. Oh my gosh, we nearly get turned by Rick Mast. Unfortunately, the back left is now damaged, so that could really make the car a little bit looser for us now at this point of the race. I really wasn't accounting for that. Yeah, apparently he's a little bit faster than us, and we lose the back. We lost the nose right then and there going into 1, so we're gonna fall to 35th. Race is not over, though, I don't think. I really didn't appreciate Rick Mast just going underneath the apron and just clip us like that. We have a smoker in turn 1. I think it's somebody behind us, so that doesn't really matter. Too bad for us anyway. So yeah, unfortunately, that little bit of damage is going to hinder us just a tad per lap, it seems. Or at least in the handling department. I'm going to have to get used to the handling now, because we're now at 30.6 instead of like running 30.3, 30.2. So it's really going to be quite a difference there. Yeah, now we're just plowing. Why are we plowing? I mean, granted, I know I have a little less downforce, but the damage shouldn't be that bad, right? And here comes Matt Kenseth. Why was he having a horrible starting spot, it seems? That was Dave Blaney that engine expired, so it doesn't really matter for a spot, unfortunately. We're still running at 35th. We lost Rick Mast. We lost Bobby Hamilton. Did the damage really affect us that much? My goodness. Let's try to get our momentum back. Coming towards lap 15, we're still doing decent. We're not like a 40th place car, thankfully, but, well, it feels like that we are still, but we're not like miles off the pace anywhere. At least it doesn't seem to be that way. We're still trying to reel in Bobby Hamilton. I think we can do it. I mean, Rick Mast is unfortunately, it seems to be out of reach, but this is something to honestly be proud of, because we're actually gaining on somebody. We're actually gaining on some drivers in this race. That is honestly quite surprising. I'm actually really happy about that. We're actually gaining on certain drivers in this race. I'm very, very happy to see. Unfortunately, our lap times have fallen off quite a bit ever since the contact that I made with I think it was Rick Mast. There is the man up there who nearly sent us in the shadow realm with the left rear damage, so we can probably get that repaired a little bit and get ourselves back up there. The leader's ready to lap us already, actually, so we're probably going to go like 2, maybe 3 laps down this race. That's A-OK for me. But what's even better for us is, yeah, Bobby Hamilton is getting bigger in our front windshield, and don't you dare take that out of context. We're actually really starting to gain on him quite a bit. Definitely for sure, though. This is still probably the best mile-and-a-half car we ever had. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm just saying, and that's me saying I'm running legit 36. I mean, it's better than just like defending nonstop, right? Shortly after, we just gained on Bobby Hamilton. We're right there. We're going to go try to make the move on the inside this race, this lap, actually. But we're actually not going to be able to make that happen. Maybe the front straightaway we'll try again, because we do have that straight line speed. We're unfortunately right behind him now, but we're actually going to try to deep dick down the inside. We're on it. We're on his inside now. Jerry Nadeau's got around Wally Dallenbach. And we're going to try to make the move on Bobby this corner. We're probably not going to be able to this time around, but on the straightaway, we're going to pull right aside him. And can we get to make the move done on the 4 car? Can we make it clear? Yes, we do. We are now back in the top 35. That's great stuff to see. Next up is Rick Mast, who gave us that left rear damage. I'm starting to really accommodate this handling quite a little bit better now. He may be better in the corners, Bobby is, where we have the lesser downforce, and we're actually going to pull away there. We might not be able to keep that 35th spot for long, though, because guess who's back? Jerry Nadeau. He's got himself back up there after some defensive work I pulled earlier, unfortunately. He's back up. He's back up now. Hopefully he can hold up Jerry Nadeau. And guess who's making his way up through the field a little bit? Derek Cope in that 15 car. But unfortunately, we have the leaders actually right behind us as well. That is Jeff Burton. A massive lead he has. Wow, what a race by Jeff Burton. The mayor is now the mayor of Atlanta instead of the mayor of Loudon anyway. He's putting on a clinic so far. That's an absolute mad lad of a race so far for him. But unfortunately, he's going to... Oh, man. Oh, he's getting pushed. Derek Cope is getting pushed by the leader. That's why he's able to get himself really quickly there. We're actually going to give our brother Bobby a brotherly shove that we always trademark here in this channel. We give him a little bit of a brotherly shove. We're actually trying to catch up to Rick Mast at the right front. As I mentioned earlier, it starts to wear out around this time. So we're actually going to start slowing down, unfortunately, at this point. Oh no! Oh no! We just got lapped when the caution came out. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! That sucks. Oh, this sucks, dude. We just got lapped, and Rick Mast can't do anything about it. Can he get around Rick Mast, Jeff Burton? Yes, he will. At least we'll race against somebody, but oh man, that caution could not have come out at a worse time. Oh man, it's our teammate. Joe Nemechek loses it off of 4. Does he get hit? No. So at least his day can still continue. Oh, that was the worst time. We just got lapped. That was the worst time for a caution to come out. Doggone it. I mean, we're definitely going to pit, obviously. But yeah, this is basically the wedge and the tire pressure that we have for the car setup. It feels, honestly, like I said, pretty good. I don't want to adjust anything.
Okay, you got it.
But, man, that sucks. I mean, we can actually fight to try to stay on the lead lap now if we were to get around some folks, but probably not, because we're going to be in the back now. We're going to have a tire advantage, thankfully. But, you know, at least this pit stop doesn't matter. At least it's a free pit stop for us, even though we're probably going to be, like, you know, well, last anyway. We're going to have to get ourselves back up there. Get ourselves up to 34th, essentially. Dang, man, I thought we had something. I thought, that caution just came out at the worst possible time, man. All right, we're back in 42nd. Back in second gear, and away we go on the restart here at Napa 500. Of course, lap 26. We're actually going to try to get ourselves back around, you guys, as best we possibly can. There's Johnny Benson's rallied his way back up there, and guess who's right next to each other? Labonte and Stewart are next to each other in this race. We have a horrible getaway, it seems. We're just going to keep blocking both lanes here to try to get ourselves back up there. I guess our takeoff speed is still rather lackluster, but once we get going, we go, man, we go. So now it's just all about trying to get ourselves the spots back. Up first is Scott Pruitt. Of course, we all know and love Scott Pruitt. He's also having a terrible rookie season, just like us, in that PPI 32 car. He's going to hold us up for a little bit here because I really want that bottom lane. He's going to definitely block the bottom because he knows for sure if he leaves that open, we're going to go 3 wide with Steve Park and soon to be Johnny Benson as well. Yeah, unfortunately, we just had an unfortunate timing of that yellow flag. That's why we're not on the lead lap. But man, that would have been great if the caution came out before we got lapped. That would have been perfect. That would have been a really good thing. But that's just racing sometimes, man. Some unfortunate things will just always happen as we pass Chad Little in the 97 car. Johnny Benson's going to make a flying pass because he's so quick. And he's actually really been quick this whole season. Remember, he's won this race legitimately when we came here earlier in the season anyway. So he's going to overtake us no problem. But he's going to get held up by the likes of Ward Burton. He's going to hold us up a little bit. And here comes John Andretti as well. We're trying to run our own race as well. We're trying to get through the rest of the field as best we can. Because remember, 34th is where we want to be after the pit cycle has commenced. We're stuck in the dirty air a little bit, so it's rather unfortunate. I mean, I wish I could go practice in the dirty air in this game compared to like Thunder 04 where you actually can do that. Oh, that inside line's really being held up as we ran into the back of Ward Burton. Thankfully, no damage has been done to either car. Nice to see, but really, ooh, that was just nearly lost the back end there. As we're going to keep going 3 wide now because the outside lines being held up thanks to courtesy of Derek Cope in the 15 car. We're going to try to go back down the inside line, and we're going to push up 3 wide. We're going to go 4 wide. Oh, boy. Okay, he's back down to 3, but, he's going to make it 4 wide. We were thinking about making it 4 wide. They're not making it 4 wide. Back to 3 wide temporarily, of course. It's been 3 wide, 4 wide, right in front of us. We're having a front row seat out of all this. Really nice stuff to see, but we're still 39. We're actually going to go try to make it 4 wide ourselves. And we almost didn't make it work. Almost did not make that work. We managed to save the race car, but we managed to get ourselves back into 38th. We're going to try to catch up to Derek Cope and the others really, really soon. Wow, that was all right, so we still have the huge pack in front of us here. Pit stop should be commencing at about 10 laps or so. So I'm not sure when would be the best time to come down pit road. Probably about like 20 laps or so, only because the car actually feels really good at this point in the run anyway. It does feel good for like 20 laps. So I'm hoping maybe lap 50 or so we'll actually come down pit road as we'll make a double pass. 2 for 1 special. We're up to 35th. And now we got Jerry Nadeau, and that's all she wrote. 34th is probably going to be the highest we'll ever get because we're trying to aim for top 30s at this point, but unfortunately we're probably not going to be able to do that as much as I would really, really hope we would. So we would have to hope for another caution to come out. Maybe it'll come out during a pit cycle. That'd be pretty cool for us anyway if it came out during the pit cycle. I'd be down for that. Maybe we could try to hope for one. Because we have the tire advantage, why not? Why not we try for hope for a yellow flag to come out? So it looks like the pit cycle sequence is finally commencing. We got some leaders finally coming down on pit road. We're up to 29th because actually some back markers actually came down pit road as well. So it's really nice to see. Of course, we're actually inside the top 30 now, but we're just still hoping. Right now, the plan is to actually hope for a caution or pit to lap maybe 55, 56. I want to try to get back on the lead lap. That's basically the plan right now, but man, that leader is absolutely flying. I don't think we're going to get back on the lead lap anytime soon, but we got Scary Terry and Ward Burton right behind us. They're on the lead lap still. So now the leader's back down pit road, so we have a different leader. Looks like you can see by the blue dot just changed not too long ago. Yeah, I like this little plan that we have here so far. I mean, our tires are not completely shot yet. The car's still driving pretty good. Yeah, we're not too far off on lap time wise. I really wish that left rear wasn't not damaged though. I thought we could have gotten more consistency out of that. But it still feels pretty good. Pit road is still going to now get busy. Now it's really starting to heat up here for pit road. Yeah, we're going to try to stay out and hope for a caution anyway. We already got one with Joe Nemechek spinning, so hopefully we might get another one as the race progresses. That's pretty much the plan. We're going to try to pass as many cars as we see down here. We're up to 25th now. 20's inside the top 20. Still a lap down, but that's okay. Hopefully we can try to get as many laps as we can here before we have to come back down pit road. Obviously, we're going to need to make one more stop regardless, but we're kind of just fishing for a yellow at the moment to try to get ourselves back on the lead lap. Wow, the right front got a lot more worn than I thought it was gonna be. So maybe we did push it just a tad bit harder to try to get ourselves back on the lead lap, but it has not happened yet. So the leader is now actually finally making his way down pit road. We're in 14th at the moment. Lap time wise appears to be about the same as it was the last few laps anyway. We're gonna get passed here by Awesome Bill from Dawsonville, the number 94, who's won I think Martinsville due to me DNFing this season. Hopefully, he'll be... Well, okay. So now we're back on the lead lap, 14th anyway. We're going to take 13th away from Johnny Benson, but it's not going to be for long anyway, because we still need to make another pit stop. What I would really, really like to have... Oh, are we still lapped down now because somebody stayed out? I don't think so, right? I'm really just hoping for a caution. It's either that or pit at like lap like 55 or 56 or whatever. We're going to try to stay out at like a little bit longer here to see if we can catch ourselves a lap back. Are we on the lead lap now? Yes, we are. So we're just basically hoping for a caution right now. Unfortunately, we are now dropping like a rock. Our positions are falling off quite a bit. We're about to get lapped. So caution won't really matter, help us out at all. We're trying to make a risky maneuver going down pit road. We did not save it. Apparently we did. Apparently that does not warrant a caution. It would have for sure. That was Thunder 04 for sure. But no. Yeah, unfortunately, we did not catch the caution, even with us spinning out. So now it's all about trying to get ourselves back up there. I really lost a lot of time, though, with that slide. That was really not good right then and there. We tried to get ourselves a hot pit. It didn't quite work out. A bit too hot for us here at Atlanta. Let's see. Can we actually not finish 41st, though, with this? Come on, we can do better than that, right? All right, so we actually are losing spots. So that's not great to see. Yeah, not great at all. But we can try to reel them back down, though, as we get back on the racetrack here. We're in 38th right now. We're going to try to get ourselves back up there and try to get... Well, the thing didn't work out as we planned it, so that's the unfortunate spot there. So we'll be back on the track in 39th, I believe, and we're going to be back up to speed, and there comes Chad Little as well. I also found out as well during my little pause section that Kenny Wallace has an engine that expired. So that's unfortunate to see that our teammate has at the end of the season. Both our cars really teammates did not really have a good finale for this race. So we're now 2 laps down. Unfortunately, that did not work. That gamble did not pay off. I mean, it really wasn't a gamble. It was more of a hope for sure that we can get ourselves back up there. But now we've got to reel these guys back down. I bet we can do it. Bobby Hamilton and I have been having a good old scrap. Like, he just won't let go after I completely passed him. He's still there. We're trying to just pinch him down there to try to cut off the inside line. We're actually going to try to cut him off completely as we completely check up the corner really badly as we let the Sterling Marlin go on by in that Coors Chevrolet. Anyway, we're going to try to keep defending against Bobby Hamilton still. We're still running P38. I mean, unfortunately, I don't see ourselves getting back up there as we go up the racetrack a little bit. It's going to invite him back down, and the car just got tight. What the heck? So now we just lost the spot again. We're just basically slingshotting off each other in the corners and the straights. We're going to go send it down the inside of Labonte Hamilton this time around, but unfortunately, no. We're going to get him on the front straightaway because we have... Why is our car suddenly better in dirty air? I'm not so sure. Maybe I'm just driving it differently now. But we're trying to get ourselves up to Rick Mast, which we can. He's right in front of us. Well, right in front of Bobby Hamilton anyway. Still fighting so hard for 37 still. I mean, it's still like the best mile-and-a-half car. Handling-wise, it feels like the best car that we've had ever at a mile-and-a-half. It's just we're getting defensively with the 4 car here, having a good old scrap. Anyway, we with the tire advantage, they seem to be pulling away just a tad. It seems like at the end of these races, I feel like my performance just gets downgraded a little bit, especially since we're now running 30.7s as this race goes on. He's really being a thorn in my side as we're going to try to give him a nudge out of the way, which it almost worked. We're going to give him a little bit of a brotherly shove because we really don't want him there as it worked. Too much of a brotherly shove, it seems, because that just sent him back completely like that. We're going to take 38th and just run away with it now. I hate to do it to my man like that, but you kind of been in my way. I know I messed up a couple corners, but out of my way. Now let's catch Rick Mast. Coming towards the end of the nice lap, very nice 69, going toward lap 70. We're going to go right underneath Rick Mast, and we're going to take the 37 spot away, hopefully for good. Unfortunately, we're not cleared him yet. We're going to go side by side. We're going to shoot him up the racetrack, and we're going to put that Conseco Pontiac right behind us in the mirrors. As well as we're probably going to get lapped again pretty soon. We're going to be 3 laps down at this rate. So I kind of want to hope for one last caution to try to do it all over again. Just try to get ourselves back into the laps anyway, like 2 laps down anyway. Try to finish it higher so the 2 lap down cars. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get any more higher than where we're at right now. Because I can't see Dallenbach and I can't see LePage at all either. So unfortunately, the little strategy where I probably should have pitted a little bit earlier, it did not work out quite well for us. That slide really hurt us quite a bit too, going towards pit road. We really messed up going into pit entry. For once, that's actually not the crew member's fault. That was my fault for not having a smooth pit road entry. As Bill Elliott ready to put us down another lap. Bobby Hamilton and Stacy Compton are really just holding up the leaders that are back there. I can't even tell who's leading this race. But we have less than 10 laps to go to decide the championship. I can't wait to see who's going to win this one. I'm pretty sure Stewart has this in the bag. I don't see him anywhere in the pits as Rick Bass ready to try to make one feeble attempt more, try to get around us. No! Get some more fun for the AI to deal with. Uh-oh, the leaders of the race are directly right behind us. We're actually going to get these guys out of the way, have a good, respectable race. Dale Earnhardt Sr. tried to take his 8th win of the season, but it won't matter. He's literally the Ryan Newman in real life of 2003, and there's pretty much the champion right behind us. Tony Stewart has about 3 laps away from becoming the champion in his sophomore season, no less. Absolutely great stuff from the man from Indiana. Two seasons in, he's going to be champion. That's honestly since like Dale Earnhardt Sr. has pulled that sort of remark since like 1980. Kenny Irwin's going to put us a lap down here as well. We're going to try to get both these guys out of the way. Stewart having a hard time getting around us, it seems. Well, he had his chance and he failed to get around us anyway. So he's going to have to do it the long way on the outside. As now we're committed to the bottom. And Stewart the champion finally gets around us, and we're just going to have to come home with where we got at this point. We don't see anywhere near anyone with Dallenbach nor LePage. Unless somebody blows up in front of us, then we're not getting another spot. 37 is probably going to be the highest we're going to finish today. As we're now on the white flag of this race. We're going to finish 3 laps down, which is fine by me. We're going to finish home 37th, but the man of the hour, Tony Stewart, is going to be the champion of the year 2000. There's no way he can lose a championship now at this point. Labonte is nowhere near. I haven't seen him in a long time, but he's not going to be able to reap any benefits this time around. Winner of the race, I don't know who it is, but champion of America, the Winston Cup champion, Tony Stewart, ends up, I think, 3rd in this race, and it's going to be Dale Sr. again. Win number 8 of the season, but it won't matter. Tony Stewart wins the championship.
The drivers didn't spend much time behind that Pontiac pace car today.
Well, you're right, but that just makes for a better race in my opinion. It really makes the better drivers stand out that much more.
The Delphi car finished towards the back of the field in this one.
He stayed in the fight all race long. Things just never quite went his way.
This is MRN signing out for now, and we hope you'll join us again for another exciting NASCAR Winston Cup race real soon.
So it's going to be Dale Earnhardt Sr. who ends up winning the final race at Atlanta. I think it was like that too in real life, or no, actually that's incorrect. That was a previous Atlanta race, I believe. But either way, Dale Earnhardt Sr. has won his 8th race of the year of 2000. He does not win the championship, believe it or not, because we're going to talk to that man in a few seconds here anyway, once we get done with the whole celebrations right then and there. But for us, it was a pretty decent race, I would say. I mean, you would think 37 is not that great. I mean, well, on paper, it isn't. But at least our car is actually somewhat competitive now. So that's really nice to see. So Dale Sr. wins the race. Meanwhile, on the other hand, of course, we have Tony Stewart, who is our champion of the year 2000. Only a few wins, though, compared to like the likes of Earnhardt, and I think Jeff Burton had a great amount of wins. I think him and Labonte had the same amount of wins. I think they both had like 3 apiece, I believe. I mean, just him and the sheer consistency. He was battling Rusty Wallace for a good majority of the season, but then became Labonte at a late season charge. But it just wasn't enough for the championship. But Joe Gibbs ended up finishing 1-2 in the championship. That is really amazing stuff to see. But Smoke in his sophomore season is a NASCAR Cup Series champion. Yeah, what a season that was, guys. I mean, unfortunately for us, we did not really have that much of a good season anyway, but Dale Sr. with 8 wins of the season. Unfortunately, he does not come anywhere close in the championship, I think. He was like 200 some points back, so it really wouldn't have mattered either way. The mayor from South Boston comes home in second. Tony Stewart, our champion, ends up in P3. Rusty Wallace ends up fourth. Jarrett in fifth. Johnny Benson, a really respectable P6. Martin finishes in seventh. Jeff Gordon, a winless 2000. I'm actually quite surprised. It's actually kind of out of character for him, really. Sterling Marlin ends up in ninth, and Ricky Rudd rounds out the top 10. Labonte, championship runner-up, finishes just one spot short of being on the being inside the top 10. And it was only 11 cars. He was the last car in the lead lap, too, so that's really surprising there. Kenny Irwin Jr. is the first one lap down. Our teammate, despite spinning, he ends up finishing where he started at 17, so that's good recovery for him there. Our pole sitter, Kyle Petty, finishes in 23rd. Not surprised there. We finished towards the back. Unfortunately, that's also no surprise there. We were not going to finish anywhere higher than 34th, I don't think. Unfortunately for Kenny Wallace, he also had a blown motor at lap 50 as well. So, that's all she wrote. So, we made it through the first season. A lot of rough stuff, I will say that. We did not finish anywhere near where we were hoping we would finish. As the expansion program, well, let's just say it was kind of like Johnny Benson in 1998 it was, when he drove the 26 car anyway. It was not fun at all. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to have big expectations being, we are the Busch Series champion of 1999, so we had a horrible rookie season in Cup. But then again, was it really our fault, or was it the little, Frankenstein idea of Andy Petrie? We're going to have to find out for next season anyway, because our contract's ending up in 2001, so we have to make sure we perform. Now we have to perform for Mr. Petrie as well, so we have to make sure we get a little bit of a target for there. Tony Stewart wins the championship by 150 points. Jeff Burton was about to steal second away from Labonte as well. So that's really still good stuff there. Dale Sr., 8 wins. Finishes home with 6 in the championship. That's just, he had that Ryan Newman season from in 2003 in real life, where he had a lot of wins, but also a lot of finishes, I think outside the top 10. I wasn't so sure. Johnny Benson, really solid P9 in the championship, winning a race. Actually, he did get his first career win at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Jeff Gordon, though, I am surprised. Winless and poleless. He only has 2 top 5s and 18 top 10s. What the heck? Okay. That's not so great. Who had the most top 5s? It was Rusty Wallace with the most top 5s with 18. As we take a whole scroll down through here, yeah, Johnny Benson had 12 top 5s. 12 top 5s for Johnny Benson. What a season. Mike Skinner had more top 5s than Jeff Gordon. Joe Nemechek, Steve Park, Andretti, Mayfield, Little all had more top 5s than Jeff Gordon. We have the same amount of top 5s as him. Oh my lord. On paper you would think we would have the better season than Jeff Gordon. No, we had 4 top 10s. 23 top 10s, yeah, you're really not going to be able to beat that. A 9.5 average finish as well. I mean, that's a championship season right then and there. The Rookie of the Year battle winner, not surprising at all, it is Matt Kenseth. A 400-point lead over Dale Jr., and about 700-point lead over Dave Blaney, who has a 400-point lead over us. And, of course, Scott Pruitt having a 200-point lead over him, and Stacey Compton as the full-time drivers anyway. So congrats to Matt Kenseth for being Rookie of the Year. Absolutely, for sure. He definitely deserved that one. Oh, what a long season that was. But we get to do it all over again at Daytona as we try to figure out if silly season's even going to be worthwhile, though. Because I think the first season of silly season might not be substantial, since I think it's going to be some of the backmarker guys retire. So maybe I'll see what I can cook up with, though. You know what I mean? So, of course, before I sign off here for the first season, I just got to say, thanks to everyone, for watching this whole thing. I had a lot of fun, despite me, complaining like a little bitch about the car, how we've been performing so far. Gotta thank Sledge, Mods, and of course everyone that's been performing that thing. I know Ty Thunder was one of them. I'm gonna be crippled for not knowing the rest, I'm afraid, but I know I see that intro card each and every time. There's a lot of people that put a lot of work into this mod anyway. Yeah, it's been fun. I've had a lot of fun playing Thunder 03 still, even though this game kicked my ass and then some. I had a lot of fun still. I love playing the NASCAR Thunder games. I love Thunder 03. It's been my childhood game, so I'm glad you guys get to go watch it for us anyway. But of course, there's no crying till the end. We got season 2 to worry about. We got 2001 coming up. It's going to be a brand new year, brand new challenges. 402,000 in the bank, ready to go for us. And as always, we'll see you in the off-season and Bud Shootout video, because we got a poll, baby, I think, as well. We had 6 of them, to be honest. So we're definitely going to be in the Bud Shootout for sure. So preseason video, as well as the Bud Shootout as well, will be next time around. We'll see you in the next one for Season 2. See you guys then.